HIV AIDS in tribal population. I'm just doing the Google search. Tribal populations of Odisha. Let's look at here. Let's look at from Google search. This one. 22.8%. Can you believe this? But it's low. National average is low. See, Odisha has a low overall HIV prevalence, 0.14% adult prevalence, but faces significant challenges regarding HIV/AIDS within its vulnerable tribal populations, which make up 22.8% state population. Or that is less. See, high migration rate. Can you see high migration rates for work? Just in Bhubaneswar, capital city, कई जगह से कोरापुट, क्वेंझार, बहुत सारे ट्राइब्स के लोग भुवनेश्वर में काम करते हैं. देखा कई बार लेबर क्लास. You know that you are staying there in Odisha. Sometimes those tribe जो जनजाति है, आप देखेंगे वो लोग गांव से आते हैं काम के लिए. They come to भुवनेश्वर for work. कौन कौन सा नेबरिंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट है भुवनेश्वर का? नेबरिंग बरगढ़ इज देयर, बरगढ़. फिर वो है, क्या नाम है उसका, आई एम फॉरगेटिंग. कटक इज डिस्ट्रिक्ट और जस्ट सिटी? शुभम, कटक डिस्ट्रिक्ट बड़ा है. कटक बहुत बड़ा है. भुवनेश्वर तो नया सिटी बना है. कटक पुराना है. कटक इज वेरी ओल्ड. और पॉपुलेशन भी कटक का ज्यादा है. यू नो दैट. कटक का पॉपुलेशन, अभी तो भुवनेश्वर नया सिटी डेवलप हुआ. कटक बहुत पुराना है. इज अ ओल्ड सिटी. दोज हु कम फ्रॉम देयर, टेल मी विच आर अदर. यू नो दैट पुरी इज हाउ मच? कितना दूर है भुवनेश्वर से पुरी? 2 घंटा का रास्ता है. 2 आवर्स. पुरी जा सकते हैं ना बाय रोड? कितना टाइम लगता? 2 आवर्स. I'll give you another example. Very near to Puri is what? Satpada, Chilika in that area. Balukhand, Konark, वो भी ज्यादा दूर नहीं है कि नहीं? So I'm telling you that those tribal population of villages around Bhubaneswar, they come for work, particularly the males. And again, you know that Bengal, I don't know how many people know that. You all are grown up people. I can take the name. Sonagachi. I don't know how many people know Sonagachi. Right? Brothel. Correct? Bengal, Kolkata. Kolkata's brothel. Sonagachi. Young girls, young women, they're all exploited. You know, sometimes trafficking. You know, trafficking. They're trafficked from different parts of the country to those kind of brothel. You have seen in the movies and all. Highly vulnerable. What is something called? Highly vulnerable. They're highly vulnerable people. When it comes to HIV AIDS. Right? तो मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है कि जब हम एंथ्रोपोलॉजी देखते हैं तो हमें ये भी समझना होगा कि कम्युनिटी क्या है, कहाँ किस तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, वेयर वी फाइंड दोस टाइप ऑफ इंसिडेंट्स. बिहेवियर बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. पहले हम बात करते थे केवल बायोलॉजी का, कि पैरासाइट कौन सा है, वायरस कौन सा है, बैक्टीरिया कौन सा है, किसको इन्फेक्ट कर रहा है, उसका होस्ट क्या है. बट नाउ वी हैव डाइवर्सिफाइड इनटू द सोशल डोमेन, cultural domain. So now you can see that, you can see here 13 particularly vulnerable tribal groups face high rates of sexual diseases, gonorrhea, syphilis, malnutrition. And this you have to write in the mains. You have to give the exam. Malnutrition, limited health infrastructure, poor awareness among those tribes, stigma, another thing, stigma. because of cultural thing, stigma. Those people who suffer will not be free to talk about, come out, and they die death. They die death. This thing. Complicate prevention and treatment. Cervical cancer. Many times no awareness and again stigma to talk about cervical cancer, which is now becoming challenge in India's health. Right? So many things comes into that. This survey and all this have been done there. To the 2023 sample, this one, participant 30,292 samples have been there. Health risk, impact on youth. See, more than 40% of HIV infections in the state are among young people, see. 19 to 35 years. This is the age which are highly vulnerable for HIV AIDS. 19 years to 35 years is the most vulnerable age group. It's given here, see, this one. NACO, National AIDS Control Organization, antiviral therapy and all is given for treatment of HIV, ART, antiretroviral therapy is given. But what is my point here? It is behavior, disease transmission, environment, even environment. Environment play a very critical role. Water, right? That climate, spread of disease. Let's say poor hygiene, where? Slum areas, jhuggi jhopdi. Sometimes the those area where you have all congested, people live near to each other. More contagious condition happens to spread of the disease. That happens there. So this is where the challenge happens here.